Imperial Assault. Howdy, y'all. Welcome to a special edition of IA Command. My name is Christopher Emmick. You may remember me from saying and a lot in the two-part video series about the Imperial Assault Continuity Project. I asked Noah, the commander of IA Command, if he would like for me to record a audio commentary while watching his online vassal game tonight. In a moment of weakness, he agreed. So prepare yourself for some laser-hot skirmish action! Noah's game tonight is part of the IACP Playtest League, where several members of the IACP community play a game once a week using our custom changes. Tonight's game is focused on testing a few figures from Season 2, so you won't see all of the Season 2 content tonight. But Season 2 does include improvements to Boba Fett, Imperial Massive figures, several core set heroes, and some new skirmish upgrade cards to improve troopers. Regular viewers of this channel are probably aware of the IACP, but for you new viewers out there, the IACP, or IA Continuity Project, is a community-driven project focused on making Imperial Assault Skirmish fun, fresh, and worthy of your time. You may not be aware, but in a video Q&A session, Fantasy Flight Games head of studio Andrew Navarro announced that the company was finished producing any new physical content for the game, which means the skirmish game type will no longer be modified. For those of us who love this game, we decided to band together and form IACP. Through this project, we're changing existing cards and adding new cards and figures to the game, and we'll be taking the reins of managing organized play events for skirmish once FFG stops providing official organized play events. For more about IACP, check out ia-continuityproject.com or Google for Imperial Assault Continuity Project. Noah's opponent tonight is a well-known and respected member of the skirmish community, Ryan Janway. This North Carolina boy's most recent accomplishment was winning the 2019 North American Championship at the Nova Open in late August. You can hear Ryan interviewed about his run through Nova on the latest Zion's Finest podcast. Ryan is also responsible for building the Carolina Swarm archetype, which breathed new life into swarm lists at a time where folks thought swarms weren't competitive. Ryan has selected the top deployment and is running a 3 Force user Rebel list. Noah is in the bottom deployment and is running Imperials, with Boba Fett brought in with Temporary Alliance. Tonight's game is being recorded on Friday, October 11th, which is why Friday night's a great night for Imperial Assault. Okay, I promise only Star Wars references from here on out. Now, I have to warn you, I'm a novice when it comes to commentating live on streams, so you're going to hear a lot of so, and I'll probably be 75% right about stuff, but here we go. So Ryan is implementing smooth landing with Hera. Let's actually take a moment and go over the lists here. Ryan is running a fun 3 Force user list that has become viable in Imperial Assault's in our IACP meta. He is running the new Diala Passel, who costs 8 deployment points and has great new abilities, including an ability to suffer 1 strain in order to move a piece within 3 spaces up to 2 spaces. So that could be away from her or closer, so that she can whack them. In order to use this ability, she only suffers a strain. This does not cause an action. We are also looking at Ahsoka Tano, who has her price decreased in IACP meta. She's dropped from 8 to 7 points. You're also looking at Ezra Bridger, everybody's favorite 7-point Jedi. You're also looking at Sabine Wren, everybody's favorite 7-point Rebel Hunter that does a parting gift grenade throw during her turn. Ryan also has Hera Syndulla, who he is using for the smooth landing deployment movement. He's also got Gideon Argus, 3PO, the Gout skirmish upgrade card, and Heroic Effort. With Noah, today he is playing the IACP latest tweak of Boba Fett. We have revamped Boba so that he has a whole new suite of abilities that he uses movement points to spend with. And so Noah's list is built around giving Boba more movement points. He'll use those movement points to fuel those abilities. So alongside of Boba, he has some vehicle trait synergy with 2 sets of jet troopers. He also has BT1, who shares a lot of trait synergy with vehicles with his droid trait and heavy weapons. Cool. He's also got...
Okay, good luck, man.
You too.
Let me start with Ezra, I suppose, do his...
Noah also has 2 sets of Imperial officers, with one of them using the advanced comm systems, which in IACP has been reduced down to 0 points.
I'll start with 3PO.
So it's a free upgrade for any leader who can use it. He's also got Temporary Alliance in order to bring Boba Fett in. He's got the Heavy Fire skirmish upgrade, and he's got Scavenge Weaponry on BT1 in order to add some additional damage. And he's also running with Zillow Technique.
Right there.
So we're looking at 6 activations for Noah, and we're looking at 7 for Janeway's Rebels.
And he's going to play Planning.
Getting back to the board here. Noah is... So Ryan Janway started with Initiative. Noah is now taking his first activation. One of his officers has played Planning, which allows him to draw 2 cards. And because it was a leader who drew it, Noah keeps both cards. So we're looking at Noah having 4 cards in his hand, 4 command cards in his hand, and Ryan sitting at 3. Looks like during Ryan's turn we had some positioning here with 3PO and getting him down to the terminal and focusing up Sabine. And of course, our boy, everybody's favorite Jedi, Ezra, has brashed himself down to the door because at the start of each round he can move up to 4 spaces.
Yeah, let's do that. That just makes it easier.
Okay, gotcha. Just thinking about this. Let's do...
Looks like Ryan is considering his next activation. So the map that we're playing on here is Indoor Defense Station. It's from the Captain Taro pack. Oh, looks like Gideon is activating and playing Planning so that Ryan can pull 2 more cards into his hand.
Ahsoka.
Gideon then focuses Ahsoka and passes it back over to Noah.
Okay, I'll go with the other officer.
Noah's activating his other officer. This scenario for Indoor Defense Station is called Renovation. Players have to collect fuel cells and take them to the shield generator token that's in the left center of the map there. When they do, they gain 3 victory points for fuel cells that are deposited at the shield generator, and they gain 2 victory points for the ones that they just have claimed, which they claim with an interact action. Looks like Noah's yellow officer has moved himself to the terminal.
Yeah, I'll do it. I'll go with Ahsoka here. So
Ryan is activating Ahsoka. Might see some nifty Force Leap
I'll
stuff
take
here.
the movement points with vigor. Let's think about this. Yeah. So I'll start with a Force Leap. Gonna go like 6 to the left. So let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 over here.
Ryan has used
And
his
then,
Force
with
Leap
the 2
ability
movement
with
points I
with
got, I'll
Ahsoka,
move 1, 2, and
given her
grab
a
that fuel
lets her
cell.
move 6 spaces, and then
And then
he
that's it
took
for
the
her.
2 movement points that she can gain from the start of her round, and then used her remaining action to claim the fuel cell.
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting for her, for sure.
It's interesting to see how now that you can get 7 figures on the board with Ahsoka, all 3 with the Force users, 1 and a pretty good heavy hitter with Sabine. One of them has to be. One of them can act as a objective runner. At sometime during round 2, Ahsoka can quite quickly Force Leap down to the shield generator and deposit that fuel cell, which gives Ryan a victory point in objective advantage.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
We're watching Noah now. He is moving. He has activated his blue jet troopers, and he is positioning them out. One of the jet troopers has opened the door to the middle area there.
Sabine.
Just kind of begging
Ezra,
for the Force users to come down and pick a fight with Boba.
I'll be safe and put him there.
Okay.
Okay.
Seems good. Okay, let's see.
I think one thing that we'll need to watch out for here is the activation advantage that Brian has over Noah. Noah's going to try to offset it with his ability to give Boba Fett some movement points via the 2 officers. So with those officers, he's going to be able to move Boba into a threatening position, and then either use the officers to move Boba out or to further empower Boba with wrist flamethrower or wrist rocket. If you're unfamiliar with our Boba Fett change, I'll kind of go over the basics as we have them right now.
Yeah.
For this current season, we've completely reworked Boba's card so that he can compete at a high level. The reason why the steering committee wanted to go in that direction is because we felt like Boba's existing deployment card was just so far behind the curve that in order to make it that way, make it fit into the current power curve, we were going to have to redo a lot of it on it anyway, so we just might as well just start from scratch.
And I'm just going to push Hera up 1 and 2 to there.
So if back on the board here, we see Diala using her Force Push ability. She suffered the strain as a damage, and she has moved Hera 2 with that Force Push up to the terminal. Getting back to Boba Fett, we have go over really quickly with his abilities.
3, 4.
He gains a 3-die attack. One of those die can be of any color, and he also can use 2 movement points to use any of the 3 following abilities.
Yep,
he can use a wrist rocket to choose a figure within his line of sight within 4 spaces and roll a red die. that figure takes the amount of damage rolled. For wrist flamethrower, Boba spends 2 movement points and chooses a space within 2 spaces. Every other figure than Boba suffers 1 damage, 1 strain, and becomes weakened. Weaponized Stem is the third option Boba has for spending 2 movement points, and he can use it on himself or a figure within 1 space. That figure must remove 1 condition, or it gains 1 wildcard token. So Boba can use that on himself to remove a stun, or he can use it to.
Ooh, nice. Okay.
Get a focus.
He can use it to. He can use it to remove a focus, or to give a damage token, or a defense token, or a block, or evade, or a surge token to himself or to another figure. Getting back to the board here, we've got Diallo moving close to the terminal, and Noah has activated his red set of jets. One of them has played Shared Experience, which allows that jet to spend 3 movement points to become focused, and then once one of the vehicles on the board has been defeated, Noah can redraw that card back into his hand. Shared Experience came out in the I want to say Jabba's Realm. It was the wave between Jabba's Realm and Heart of the Empire, and it really it's a very interesting card in a brand new design space that Imperial Assault designers explored with that. Looks like Ryan has activated Hera.
Now go right there. And that's it for Hera.
Okay.
And it looks like Hera has moved 1 space to be a little bit safer for retribution, and has finished her turn.
Well, let's see. So you have Sabine and Ezra left.
Mm-hmm.
So looking at activation counts here at the end of the first round, Noah has Boba and BT1, and it is his activation. Next,
I guess we'll just have BT,
Ryan has
BT
Ezra
things.
and Sabine left.
Yeah.
So now we are looking at a BT getting into some heavy action with
we'll go there, and then we will
with Ezra.
Unload on Ezra.
I guess
okay.
Hera opened the door for Ezra, and which caused BT to roll up and take a pot shot here.
Nothing else on declare. I'll use a block token, and I have 1 built in.
Okay, we're looking at.
And nothing else for me.
We're looking at BT using Scavenge Weaponry here to add an additional attack. And Ryan has spent a block token that he got via extra armor.
5 damage, 1 surge. Let me think here. Are you going to on the lamb?
No, I would have to.
You have to do it now.
Declare.
Right? That's right. It's before dice are rolled.
Yeah, before dice. So.
Okay.
Nope. So
looking at a fairly
or me
decent roll for BT.
I don't have any.
Showing for damage results is
5,
decent for him.
And I'm getting Pierce 2.
So they're looking at 5 damage with 2 surges versus 3 blocks and an evade.
Yeah.
And then I could do heavy fire for +1.
Noah's considering right now if he's going to use heavy fire to add a damage at the expense of having BT suffer a harmful
That'll
condition.
Be after it resolves. So you're gonna take 4.
So yeah, you're doing 5 Pierce 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Noah's decided to use his surge ability for BT's Pierce 2.
Heavy fire feels bad
So we're
here,
looking at
but I think
5
it might be
damage,
the right
Pierce
thing
2.
to do.
Ezra still has a block
I may
remaining,
not attack
so
with Boba,
Ezra suffers
so.
4 damage. That's a pretty
Yep.
good
Yeah.
round
Heavy fire.
for BT.
Which, let me look at that again. Remind me the effect.
I get to choose 3 figures within range 2 of the target, and they each suffer 1 damage.
Okay.
So
just
Noah
Ezra
is
taking
triggering
1.
heavy fire here.
And then
To select
what? I choose which negative condition to give you? Is that how it works?
let's see.
Yeah.
What's the
Well,
wording
actually,
on that?
hold on. That might actually be relevant. Because if I
For
only
each
chose
die
one figure,
of
you only
the
get to
attacking
choose one.
figures.
Yeah, I think it's just 1 condition per damage.
For each die of in
For
that figure's
each
printed
die
attack
in that
pool,
figure,
you may choose one
and
hostile
for
figure
each
within 2
chosen figure-
spaces of the
yeah,
target
okay.
space.
So you get
Each
to only
chosen
choose
figure
one.
suffers 1 damage.
Right on.
And then for each one of those,
yeah, I think we'll just
the attacking figure suffers 1
stunning
harmful
BT
condition.
seems like, but he is kind of already in position where he wants
So
to
we're
be.
looking at BT getting the stun here, but he was able to get
How about
Ezra at half health, which is going to cause Ryan to have some second thoughts about having Ezra so far up, especially with Boba Fett activating next.
Unless I come out to try to get him.
I mean, bleed is just the worst stun.
Right. If I give you the weaken, it goes away.
Yep. Exactly.
At the end of your own activation, right?
They're still considering which harmful condition
I
is
guess
going
we
on
stun
BT.
him. Yeah. Yeah. Let's just do that.
Okay.
They have now settled on stun. That's probably the best option here. That the stun condition causes BT to not be able to move out of his own space, and he is not allowed to take actions other than the action to remove the stun.
1, 2, 3, 4. Could attack BT. 1, 2.
Now we're in the meat of it. It's on this map. It's fairly typical to see some action going into the end of round 1 with a figure like Boba Fett. You want to maximize every activation that you get with him, with all his abilities, especially when you have 6 activations built around him.
Right.
So it's no surprise that Noah wanted to take the fight to Ryan here.
4. I think I might just be tucking Ezra away here. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Ryan is considering his options. It looks like he's went ahead and activated Ezra. So he is considering his options on whether or not he can move Ezra down and maybe get an attack onto BT and potentially get away from Boba Fett. I'm pretty sure the answer there is no. He may be also considering his options about
I think
how to use Ezra's movement points to double move into safety and then find a place where
1, 2,
Ezra can
3,
move at the start of next round and ambush one of Noah's figures.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll just do that with him.
Okay. Let's see. 4, 5, 6.
Looks like Ezra has walked away. Tactical retreat. Probably a wise move here. Not only is Ezra
Okay.
probably outside of Boba Fett's striking range, even with the extra movement point filled abilities. Boba probably is not going to be able to. Boba's not going to be able to risk rocket Ezra to death. And he's not going to be able to get in a position to attack Ezra unless he is holding on to Boba Fett's reworked command card, which is named Mandalorian Tactics, just like Boba's current command card. It costs 2 points. It gives Boba a free move, and then also during that activation, Boba can spend 2 movement points to perform an attack. So if Boba does have that card, that might give him enough movement points to attack.
9.
Looks like Noah is super tempted by the big block of Ryan's figures there for a wrist flamethrower.
So let's see.
So Boba has to be within 2 spaces of the target space. Yep, and he is targeting Hera there on the terminal. So each figure will be taking 1 damage, 1 surge, and become weakened.
So
that is especially nasty with Ezra.
So I have 1 left after this.
Since he will be weakened, and that will reduce his
10, 11,
defenses down significantly.
On this spot.
Yep.
Damage, strain, and weaken to everybody?
Yep.
Damage.
All right, Ryan is passing on the damage and the weakens, and we'll see how he chooses to suffer the strain for every character here. Ryan does have 5 cards out of his command deck, so he is looking. If he suffers all of this strain as discards from the top of his command deck, he is looking at losing
for him.
A little over a quarter of his deck here. Looks like he discarded for 1 character, and he lost Dying Lunge, which is a big card for a 3 melee force user list.
Diala. Does she have 12? Already lost 2.
Looks like he suffered the strain for.
I'll discard for Diala.
He discarded for Ezra, and he's discarding for Diala here. It's Knowledge and Defense. This is a new rework card in IACP Season 2. So it's not... the way it's been reworked is that instead of spending an action in order to get 1 additional defense die until the end of that round, the figure can then spend it when the attack is declared to add 1 defense die of that player's choice to the defense pool. Once the card is spent and is in the discard pile, all the force users gain a surge ability to redraw that card.
The spot I wanted to be in.
So it being in the discard pile for Ryan is not the biggest end in the world, but knowing that he could have drawn he could have drawn both of these cards at the end of this round really hurts.
Don't want to just ignore Boba there. Seems bad.
Looks like Ryan is figuring out what he's going to do with Sabine here. Boba is a very tempting target, especially since Sabine has the focus, and she can pretty easily move down, grenade,
Yeah, I guess
and
we'll do.
and then
Let's
shoot,
go
and then
1.
move back to relative safety.
Can move her there.
But after this activation, we will be getting into the end of round 1, the start of round 2. Looking at the board here.
Okay, we'll do this. I'll go 1, 2.
I really enjoy Noah's aggressiveness here. He's pushed back Ezra. He's weakened a whole mess of units, which are going to, especially with Diala and Ezra, is going to force them
1, 2, and I'll
to
take a shot at Boba from
delicately
here.
get into the fray.
No cards.
So
Sabine now is
nothing on
exacting her
declare.
revenge onto Boba. She has moved down 2 and is declaring an attack.
So got the focus 3.
Boba has a natural block 1
Actually,
and evade
before
1.
I roll it, I might as well. Let me just throw the grenade first.
Oh, okay.
Get that.
It looks
over with.
like Ryan
So,
has elected to
grenade,
use
Boba's
Sabine's
space,
parting gift first, so he's going to be rolling
There we go.
and 2 damage onto Boba.
2 on him.
Such as the
and then
you have a
make
1
her focus shot.
1 in 2 chance on the green die to roll a
Nothing
2
on
damage
declare,
result.
so here goes Sabine. Whoa.
Now Sabine is attacking. There's no.
Okay.
Boba just rolled the
No
block 1,
rerolls for me.
but and Sabine has plenty of surges.
None for me. Any mods?
Yeah, I'll use Hera. Call the shots and add a
Hera
damage.
here to add a.
Okay.
And that's all for mods. Anything?
Add a damage.
Yeah, I'm gonna use.
Now Noah's turn to add some mods.
Yeah.
Discard to add a block.
Toss for a block, yeah.
And then surges.
Noah is using
Right,
Zillow
I'm gonna
technique.
go.
He tosses a
So I
command
got
card
2, 3, 4,
to
5.
add a block
So
to the
5
defense
damage,
results. He tossed
2
positioning
surges,
advantage, which would have added
Surge
+1 to
plus
somebody's
1,
attack.
so I get to 6, pierce 2 total.
Looks like after everything is said and
taps
done,
2,
Ryan's going to
taps,
end
so
up
it's
with
just 6, so
6
3
damage, pierce 2.
Yes. Yep, looks right.
Okay.
Ryan's able to spend 2 of
And then I'll move Sabine
Sabine's
back
surges
to
for
that
both of her
spot,
surge abilities. That was very handy.
She's done.
With
Okay. So that was
6
everybody.
damage, pierce 2, Boba was able to have 3
Yep.
blocks
so, yep.
from the Zillow,
Second
so he was
round.
able to block 1, and Boba only took 5.
Ready. Let's see.
Both draw 2.
Yeah. Each drawing 2. Mission stuff. Let's see. I'll score 2 for holding this 1 fuel cell.
Yep.
Alright, so we're at
And
the end of the round
then
here. Of course, end of round steps are you do your board
I'll do
effects first,
doubt,
and then the player with initiative
to
does
your
his
focus
end
over
of round
there
effects,
on
and the
jet.
player without initiative then does her
And
end of
I
round
think that's
effects.
all I have
So
for
Ryan
round.
scored
Okay.
2 victory points for
Yeah.
Ahsoka holding that fuel
So-
cell.
All right.
TVboy did not get
round.
any of the fuel cells, so he didn't get anything from that.
I don't think I have any start rounds cards.
It looks like I was wrong about the Boba damage calculation. Ryan did 6.
You have nothing at start around, you said?
Nope.
Ryan did 6,
yeah, I'll try
pierce
take.
2,
All
Boba
right, goes through.
blocked 1.
Ooh, okay. So I
Oh,
think
you know
I
what?
just...
Shit, you know what? I did
Oh,
have a
I'm sorry.
I saw it here.
go
Noah
for it.
tapped Zillow technique to negate the pierce
you know
2.
what? No,
That's why Boba Fett
Okay,
only took
okay.
3 damage instead
Yeah,
of
so
5.
I'll do take And
All right, start around action. TVboy doesn't do anything. Ryan is now using take initiative.
Maybe I exhaust Gideon. Think about that real quick. Nah, I think I just exhaust 3PO.
Okay.
For the take.
Noah does not have negation to negate the take initiative.
Start around.
After
Ezra.
taking initiative, now because you can perform these actions in any order during your chance to do start around activities, Ryan is now going to move Ezra.
Yeah, I'll move him 1, 2, 3 to there.
Okay.
Oh, Ezra has now moved down to rack Boba Fett.
Okay, your activation.
Okay, we'll do Ezra.
Okay.
Ezra activates first.
Think how this is gonna go.
Ezra will be within 3 spaces of a fellow Force user, so that his much to learn ability will proc. So he will be able to flip one of his attack die to any side.
Yeah, we'll do pummel.
Yep.
Oh, Ezra is fully committed into trying to get rid of Boba Fett here.
Yeah.
With playing pummel.
That's definitely good.
He spends both of his actions for 2 attacks.
Throw out. I don't think I will. So, right, not focused. Got a weaken on me. I am within 3 of Diala.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay. Yeah, nothing on declare for Ezra.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay, here goes Ezra. Whoa, Trevor. Trevor in here.
All right, first attack here. Ezra is.
Yeah, so we'll turn one of those.
Ezra has
to the good side.
Met the wrath of Trevor.
So,
yes, if you have played Imperial Assault using this Vassal Skirmish mod, you know of the wrath of Trevor.
So
Trevor is our wonderful community member who maintains this mod and allows us to have so much fun playing with it. But the penance of Trevor is that you must suffer you must suffer his dice roll.
And then
you will feel pain with it.
Yeah, that's all I'll do.
But so fortunately with Ezra here, he gets to flip one of those 2 yellow results to get +1 damage, +2 surges, and that will allow Ryan to do all sorts of fun things here.
Yeah.
So maybe I will go ahead and use Hera to add a surge here. I'll call the shots.
Okay.
Add 1 more surge.
Hera adds 1 more surge onto Ezra here because I think Ezra is trying to get knowledge and defense pulled out.
Okay.
Oh, wait a second. You have initiative, right?
I have initiative, yeah.
So, yeah, I don't really need this that much.
Okay. Yep.
That's good. Noah discards take initiative here to add a block
so I can get
to Zillow technique.
I have
you get to
3 surges to play with.
4 pierce 3.
You can get to 4 pierce 3 and recover is probably what I'm looking at.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go with that.
Okay.
4 pierce 3, recover 2.
So
Ryan elects to do 4 damage.
So 2 damage.
Spends his surges for 4 damage, pierce 3, and recovering 2.
And
Noah elects to tap Zillow technique to reduce the pierce of that to
so we'll try again.
Okay. Second attack now for Ezra. Ezra is still weakened, so it'll be -1 surge.
Just thinking about that.
Come on, Boba, roll the triple.
Ryan is still considering his options here, wondering if he's going to get Trevor.
Nothing on declare. Here we go.
Oh, that was way better.
Ooh.
Yeah. Damage.
I don't know
double
if that's a good
surge gets
roll
me to
for
a single
Ezra or
surge,
not.
canceling.
We're looking at 4 damage standing.
Huh, that's weird. If I go double damage, dealing
He's going to
4,
have to
but I'm
flip
not
out
doing
of
surges.
one of these double damages in order to get Surge for +2 Surge for Pierce 3. So he would be doing
surge damage,
3 damage, Pierce 3, add 2, 5 Pierce 3. That,
very
I
weird.
think, is the optimal play here. But I have been known to be wrong
surge and go double
from
damage.
time to time.
I'm showing 4 going
Oh
through,
dear, oh
which
dear.
is not bad. Cancel the yellow, damage double surge.
Ryan's doing the math right now. Imagine a lovely man with mathematic equations floating around him, dodge symbols, surge symbols.
Yeah. Can't use Hera, so yeah, that's where we are.
Looks like he elected to flip to the double damage side, so he will be doing 4.
Okay, and weaken comes off of Ezra.
I think
that's it.
Okay.
I think if he would have left that one surge there and he flipped the other yellow to 1 damage, 2 surges, I think that would have been 5 Pierce 3. Right, so but I'm not the best math person.
Ooh, nice.
And
wow.
All right, cool. Boba Fett is now tapped. In his activation here, so out for revenge with some overrun.
1, 2. That's 2 on Ezra.
So that movement over Ezra causes 2 damage unblockable.
Shoot, let me think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then I could attack.
Boba's still sitting at 4 movement points.
Rocket launcher, flamethrower.
Too many choices with Boba.
3, 4.
Too many options.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to think. So I could kill 3PO, and then rocket launcher attack, or I could.
Noah's running through his options here. With overrun, he can
rocket launcher and
roll over all 3 of those and definitely kill 3PO.
Power token.
He's already rolled over Ezra, so that's all the damage he's going to get with that. He's contemplating whether or not he wants to do wrist rocket onto one of these figures in order to remove them from the game.
So I've got 4 movements left. 4 movement points left.
If he's got, he's currently sitting at 4 movement points, he can do another move, brings him up to 10 movement points, so it might be able to get him out of harm's way unless he fully commits to attacking here and trying to get rid of
roll a red.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Try to get rid of Ezra. Looks like he's elected to do wrist rocket.
Roll a red.
So that's 2 more movement points off the board.
It doesn't do adjacent damage though, right?
Right.
It's just single figure.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab a little movement counter for myself.
Yeah.
So what did I say? So I've got 2 movement points left.
Right. Spent 1, 2. Spending 2 more for flamethrower.
Yeah.
Okay, sounds like.
Rocket. Yeah, that's yep. Rocket.
So 2 damage onto Ezra.
Okay.
Yep. So he elected to wrist rocket Ezra with 2 movement points. That puts Ezra up to 8.
I got 2 left.
And very finishable. 2 more movement points left for Boba. So he can spend those 2 movement points to flamethrow again and stack more damage onto that big cluster of people.
Flamethrower. Spend movement to yeah, I can totally flamethrower my own space.
And because of the wording of wrist flamethrower, he can.
And that'll do.
So this is
onto a space adjacent to him, but it only other figures suffer the damage and strain and come with it.
1 to Ezra. That's
so he's weakened
6 movement.
again.
So it looks like Boba Fett flamethrowed his own space.
Take the damage
so that
Hera,
3PO
I go to 4
and Hera and Ezra all take 1 damage, 1 strain, and become weakened.
You don't have any other damage dealing abilities other than your attack.
Right, and heavy fire.
Right. Oh, yeah, that's a good point. So if I take damage... Okay, obviously I'm going to discard for Ezra and 3PO.
So Ryan's electing here to discard the strain off of Ezra so that he does not die. Probably the only play that he has here left.
You do the attack, you tap
to save Ezra,
fire,
I should say.
You get the extra damage. Still probably worth it to make you spend it. So, right, I'm going to discard 2 for Ezra and 3PO.
Yep.
Ryan has elected to discard 1 for Ezra and 1 for 3PO.
And force push.
So long negation, so long force push.
And then, if I take damage on Hera, I go to 4. You can't overrun and shoot.
Yep.
At this point.
I got 2 damage out of overrun.
Right.
Now he's considering his options for Hera, whether she's going to suffer the damage suffer the strain as a damage. He won't.
So if I take
Hera won't get overrun to death, but it will leave her at. If she does get overrun, that will leave her at 1 health, and you have BT1, Mr. Missile Salvo himself, coming up to clean up.
It may be better just to take that. No, that seems fine. I will take. I think you're killing Hera no matter what if you want to.
Yeah, probably.
I take the damage. I go to 4. I guess you could have other movement shenanigans.
Now here comes the interesting option.
Just in case,
Boba
I will
has
go
a
ahead
whole
and
nother
discard
activation
for Hera
left. Look at
well.
all the work that he has done.
Oof. Tough luck.
Oh, Ryan elects to toss 1 more card to keep Hera at 3.
Shoot at Hera. Okay.
All right. Second action for Boba Fett is attacking Hera to try to finish her off.
Yep.
And then he's going to tap
on the lamb.
Heavy fire.
Nope.
Okay.
Whoa.
Nice.
Whoa.
But
interesting die result, Trevor.
7 minus 3 is 4.
Yeah, you have a surge for +2.
Yep.
Oh, I do have. I guess it doesn't help. 3PO gives me an evade. I have weaken.
Yeah, but you're weakened, so.
Doesn't help. Any chance of living?
Looks like Boba here has
I think so.
2, 5, surge up to 7 damage.
Surge for 2 damage. Yep.
Blocking
no,
3, so Hera will be
good.
taking 4. I don't think that she is
fire.
getting out of this alive.
2.
And then Noah is tapping heavy fire here, so that
No, it's messy.
figures within 2 spaces of the target
Right, so you
space
tap it,
all
you deal
suffer
1 damage to all of these guys.
and then Boba gets
That's crazy.
all of the harmful conditions. But that finishes off 3PO.
Yeah.
And that finishes off
Looks
Ezra.
good. Too good.
Boba Fett has just gained 4 points from Hera, 4 victory points for Hera, 2 points from 3PO, 7 points for Ezra, for a total of 13.
So I got
13?
I got my points back, but not quite because I spent 14 on Boba.
True.
So,
yeah.
Boba may not live
pretty good.
much longer,
Yeah.
but he did just get 13
Right,
points
so then he
for
takes
Noah.
on stun and bleed.
He is going to give
That's
14 points essentially back
Ezra's
because of
out,
temporary alliance.
Hera's out, 3PO out.
But also
So
Noah has
I could trigger
gained
heroic effort
activation advantage, I
times.
believe, And he has also caused Ryan to lose a whole lot of cards of his deck. A lot of tricks that Ryan thought he had are no longer up his sleeve. He's no longer going to have the Dying Lunge.
Yeah.
He's not going to be able to force push with Ahsoka's on Ahsoka's turn. He's not going to be able to negate something like Element of Surprise coming up.
Or one more.
She
should be at 3.
Ryan's going to be able to pull this even.
Yeah.
And we're going to have to see whether or not Ahsoka commits to dunking that fuel cell into the shield generator. And if he does, we're going to have to see if that, plus what all the other attacks that he does, will keep him afloat while the Jets come in. Good news for Ryan is that he still has Sabine unscathed. Diala is one of the best setup pieces in IACP with her ability to force pull. So she could theoretically get BT1 in a bad position and put some damage on him, setting him up for Diala or Ahsoka. But Ryan does have to be careful. He has 2 activations of Jet Troopers that can swing in and do 3 die attacks.
I realized I could maybe have tapped out there to try to save Hera, but all you would have done is just use Harry Fire to finish her off, so no worries. Okay, got 4 activations left. You have a lot of stuff. But not in such a bad position here.
One thing I noticed looking at
I think I'll go with Gideon.
It looks like Noah's also going to be waiting on Boba Fett to get finished off here. He does have shared experience sitting in his discard pile, so once Boba does die, he'll have the ability to focus up one of his Jet Troopers. Oh, and I should recognize that at the end of round 1, Ryan used Doubt to remove the focus from one of the Jet Troopers. That was focused with shared experience. With Boba so far forward from Noah's
I'll go with Gideon.
Noah's officers.
Sabine,
unfortunately, his officers can't get him up there to get the officers up there to give Boba 2 movement points. If the yellow
Sabine and just push her 1,
4,
there.
The yellow officer is just a hair too far away.
Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Looks like Ryan has elected to set up for this round. He has focused. He's focused Sabine with Gideon, so that Sabine can take a shot at Boba and finish him off. The cool thing about Boba is that he has all those abilities, and he's got pretty good defense, but he's still a hunter. He can still be killed. His health is only 14.
Let's see, Ahsoka
and he's only a single die defender.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, she can just get to me no matter what I do. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But okay. All right. I think what I'm gonna do.
While Noah's thinking about what he's doing here, let's do a real quick recap of Starter Round 2. Starter Round 2, Boba Fett went Flame, Rocket, Overrun, and killed 3 things. And now he's probably going to die.
2, 3.
But he did earn as much points as he can. Looks like Noah has activated his red jets. One of them has now moved down to collect the fuel cell in the bottom left of the map. Probably going to make a dunking run during round 3 to get Noah 3 victory points in that round.
Grab the thing.
Looks like the other red jet trooper is going for a fuel cell as well. Pretty interesting play here with Noah, making sure that he has. He'll be getting 4 victory points at the end of this round, and in the with the red trooper, he can still have him forward and help BT with this attack.
I've got 3 activations. You have 1, 2.
We're back to Ryan here, and he's deciding on what to do.
Yeah, I think I'll do this. I'll go with Sabine.
Ryan's elected to go with Sabine here. Probably a pretty good idea to go ahead and getting her activated here. Looks like he's taking Sabine to do a grenade on BT and the 2 jets. Looks like Ryan can select these.
Ooh, 2.
Ryan gets a nice roll.
And then
another 2 damage.
Okay.
And then he is going all in to attack BT with a focus Sabine here.
And nothing on declare.
Noah.
Neither. Holy crap. Oh my god.
Ooh.
Whoa.
And that is a lovely dice roll. Lovely dice roll here for Sabine.
Let's see, you have not tapped Zillow, or you have?
She's looking at 7 natural damage. She has the surge for Pierce 2, and she has another surge for 1.
Alright, 7.
Doesn't look like she can surge up to 8, so 7. BT is now down to or he has taken 9 damage. He's 1 away.
Focus off. Move back. Little spot, and I'll play Rebel Graffiti.
Oh, it's Rebel Graffiti time.
Okay.
It's the card that the Imperial Assault community loves to play when they have it and loves to hate when they don't. It's definitely something that is a very strong card. The debate is whether or not the fact that it can sit in your deck unused, taking up space that you could use for another card, is worth the power. Looks like BT is not going to commit to killing, trying to get some damage back. He is just going to run away.
And your officer. Both officers.
Just doing a kind of a game reset for you guys. Ryan has lost 3 activations. He is now down to Ahsoka and Diala, and it is his activation. Noah has yet to lose an activation. Boba Fett's still hanging out.
Yeah, I'll pass here.
Okay.
And Noah has 2 Imperial officers and a jet left. Ryan elects to pass, because if you have less activations than your opponent, you do not have to activate, you can pass. Looks like Red Imperial officer is doing some things.
There, and we'll push BT that way.
It's going to move BT away, further away from the killing zone, and try to deny Ryan those points. This is where a three unique figure melee list can be troublesome. For most lists, the good news is that for Ryan is that he does have Ahsoka. If he really wanted to bomb down there and try to finish off BT,
I'm going to do a force leap.
It would be very close, but he could do it.
Yep.
He may elect to try to do that on third round because she will be able to move 6 spaces. She gains 2 Muma points.
And have to spend a focused Ahsoka attack on Boba.
Yep.
Looks like Ryan has elected to bring Ahsoka over to finish off Boba.
Yep, me neither.
So,
I think Ryan's a little afraid that a weakened Diala may not be able to push enough damage through.
Oh,
Boba with the block 3.
You can make me re-roll it.
I think so. Well, let me just think about that.
Well, you're doing 3 damage anyway. Oh, but I guess it does matter.
Ryan's looking at his options for forcing the reroll. He might be able to do 3 damage no matter what here.
I need to deal 3 damage to you?
Yeah.
He can surge for Pierce 3 plus 2. Noah's Zillow has been tapped.
Jeez. I was hoping for a little something better. I still think making you reroll is the right choice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, let's do it. I'll have you reroll the black. Okay.
Ahsoka forces the reroll.
So
Boba's out of luck.
Currently 4 damage and a surge.
So Ryan's looking at 4 damage and a surge here.
I'll make it the plus 2 damage.
Yeah.
Going to elect for the plus 2 damage to make it 6. Block 2 for 4.
I can't reduce it to less than full, so.
Even if Noah wanted to toss a card,
and I'll throw
it wasn't going to help. And one of Ryan's cards is Celebration.
Yeah. Nice.
With Boba Fett dying, Noah's able to draw shared experience.
Nope, it should be at 8 there, right? Yeah.
He's only 13.
13 for kills on Boba. And then my objectives are scored a fuel thing, scored graffiti, scored celebration. So does that look right?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
So we're looking at 21 points for Ryan here. 13 for Noah. Noah still has the activation advantage and figure count advantage.
Just now.
But Ryan has now officially been able to punish Noah for his very, very aggressive Boba Fett play. Not that that's a bad thing. I'm not saying that as though it's a bad thing. That was quite enjoyable. Anytime that you can get 13 points out of Boba Fett, I think you take it.
So
especially if that means that your opponent, who has 7 single-figure activations, loses the activation advantage. Looks like Noah is tapping the second officer.
Cost 3 to use.
The yellow.
1, 2.
This is the one that has advanced comm systems attached. So a little background behind advanced comm systems. We wanted to.
3 spaces for
one of the goals of IACP is to bring a lot of the older figures back into competitive play. And so in season 1, we focused on Kane Somos, which is a trooper leader.
Choose another small figure within 3 spaces
who has abilities that advanced comm systems helps. In season 1, we dropped him to 6 points, where he could take advanced comm systems at that time was 1 point. It felt nice, but it also triggered with the new Death Trooper's ability where a death trooper can finish its activation and immediately activate a trooper with a trooper or a leader within with a figure cost of 6 or less. And so our feedback from that, some people found that to be strong, and some people found that to be too strong. Fittingly, Noah suggested to us that for season 2, Kane Somos should be raised up to 7, taking them out of the range for death troopers, and then dropping advanced comm systems to 0, because the advanced comm systems upgrade really truly affects only a handful of figures. Helps Kane Somos. It helps General Soren, who is a figure that we will eventually address in IACP. And it affects elite Imperial officers and regular Imperial officers. And so one of your regular officers having a range of 3 spaces instead of 2 spaces to order a move is a nice light buff to that Imperial officer. It gives you a few more options, especially when you're playing somebody like Boba Fett.
Spin the move first 2 to go there. 1, 2, 1, 2.
Looks like Diala is in action now. Ryan's last activation. Looks like the yellow officer has moved over to to the middle of the board.
3. I'll do a force push on the jet trooper.
Diala has now moved down and is going to use her innate force throw ability to pull the trooper into her melee range.
I'll discard for strain here.
Ryan's going to discard for strain here to keep Diala's health up. Getting rid of his other pummel.
Pull this guy 1 and 2. Yeah. And then I'll attack him.
So part of Diala's rework includes giving her an ability that allows her to be focused for every attack. So now she has a 3-die attack no matter what.
For me. Whoa, Yala.
With the 3-die attack and her search abilities, her expected damage output actually increased.
Whoa.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, it's cool.
Downtown.
Yeah, no rerolls here, and no.
Looks like Diala has got a nice roll on the calculator here.
Yeah, that was kind of perfect.
6 damage, 1 surge. No
surge for +2 is 8.
So she could surge for +2 here, or pierce 3.
If I Zillow, I still take 5.
If Noah tosses for Zillow, the best thing they can do is add another block and
you should
switch and evade.
Probably still
with the agile ability.
Stop me from
still doing
knowledge
5.
and defense
on
the surge.
That's true.
Yeah.
Good call.
So you can at least stop me from getting that. 1, 2, 3, 4 points for him. I got 2.
So he elects to go ahead and switch his block to an evade, so that way Diala can't can't use the surge to bring back knowledge and defense. That's something Ryan pointed out as an option, and Noah took it. Oh, in case I definitely didn't make it clear, but I do have the audio chat session that the players are using running in my headset, so that way I can correct any errors that I make on the board in analyzing what's going on and kind of tell you what they are talking about.
I'm just trying to think.
With that blue jet trooper dying,
brawler.
Ryan is now up to 25 victory points.
Before I do that, let's go.
Noah has the last
5, 6, 7.
Has his last blue jet trooper going here.
And then
just push him all the way out there.
I guess so.
Noah will be getting first activation on the next round, not only will he have the initiative, but we know that take initiative has already been played.
Yeah, I think that's probably better. Okay, I'm gonna go
We're
there.
looking at a very
So here's a question I've never had to think about before.
very interesting board state here.
Well, I guess first, that's everything at the round, right?
Yep.
That's end of round.
It
ready.
truly is anyone's game still. Ryan does have an advantage.
Drawing cards at the end of the round, is that a mandatory effect, or could I choose not to draw?
Yeah, it's
cards?
Mandatory.
It is mandatory.
It's come up.
Okay. Yeah.
So because there is a concern about
because right now
command deck,
cards,
Ryan is asking whether or not he can not draw command cards.
Yeah, exactly.
Unfortunately, that is not a option. So he has drawn the last two command cards, and any
so end of round,
strain
score 2 more on objectives
that he
4,
suffers
believe,
is required to be suffered as damage. This is the power of Boba Fett's wrist flamethrower, putting Ryan into this precarious position.
And that's it for me. Any end of round for you?
Looks like Diala played Heart of Freedom during her activation, and that helped heal her up and get her into position to hit the jet. Now Noah is considering his options, so we have a really good. He has elected to play Call the Vanguard at the start of the round here.
1, 2.
It's going to take a pot shot at Diala.
Attack.
Now with Call the Vanguard, he is going to be able to. He's got to spend all the movement points for Call the Vanguard. That is granted the move.
Still get flyby. I'll do
However, because it is a jet trooper, the jet trooper gains 2 movement points thanks to flyby. He will be able to those movement points immediately after the attack. Diala with the natural dodge.
Flyby.
Yep.
Go here.
And now Noah has felt the effects of Trevor. He has paid the Trevor cost.
Start of rounds or...
Nope, nothing.
No starter rounds for Ryan.
All yours.
So we are all into round 3.
Red jet trooper.
All right, red jet troopers are being activated.
Shared experience.
Oh, okay. Yep.
He is going to focus up the first red jet trooper that just made his attack there.
I will go here.
Yep, and take that shot.
And now he's going to take that range 2. And now Element of Surprise comes out, and this is where Ryan really wishes that he had that negation.
Okay, let's see if I can roll good.
Yep, seems good.
So a 4-die attack onto a die-less.
So I got
and don't have anything. Yep, it's all you.
It's not terrible. So 6, so 5 damage.
5, yep, looks good.
Okay, and then
so with a block token from extra armor, Diala escapes with 5 damage.
Yep. Nice.
Okay.
That green die that was just a surge result really disappointed Noah there.
Not doing a whole lot, though.
Really could have used that extra damage because that would have put Diala's now at 6 damage. She needs 6 more. She can likely get that with the pieces on the board right now. He's going to need 2 attacks. And so it's going to be difficult. It's going to be difficult to get that before Diala runs away. All right, second red jet trooper goes to the shield generator and deposits a fuel cell. So that means TVboy will be getting 3 victory points at the end of this round instead of 2 for that particular fuel cell.
Yeah, that's kind of a random spot, but I will go there.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't know if you guys have noticed the cool little vassal trick that these guys are doing. In order to visually represent that a particular token has been exhausted, they are rotating the tokens to the side.
You have the blue jet and you have BT.
Ryan has some options here. Obviously, Diala can't be hanging out in that hallway. I don't know if he can grab that fuel cell and run far enough away from the blue jet trooper. Noah only has 2 command cards left in his hand, so the blue jet trooper is going to be limited in what he can and can't do as far as the attack, but more than likely he's not going to be doing 6.
I'm going to go with Ahsoka here. Yeah, let's do that.
So if Ryan wants to completely save Diala, she can double move all the way back up to where Gideon is.
Don't know how worth it this is, but I'm going to throw out Intel Leak.
Oh, interesting. Ryan has an Intel Leak.
What you got? Oh, well. Okay.
And so
get rid of Celebration.
So Noah is showing that he has Celebration and he has Mandalorian Tactics.
Let's see. I guess I should have.
And because
her ability to start, I'm going to take the movement points.
Because he's activated Ahsoka for that, so Ahsoka suffers a strain, I believe, for getting rid of. Yes. So Ahsoka would suffer the strain to get rid of that card cost. Which I believe she has not suffered yet. But getting rid of Celebration does improve Ryan's odds here.
Leap to land.
I guess that's why Ryan was asking, could he not draw cards?
2, 3, 4. Yeah. I think I'm just going to leap here, attack the blue guy.
Yep. That works.
And
let me correct myself here, guys. I said Ahsoka should be suffering a strain for getting rid of Celebration. Celebration costs 0.
All right.
So no strain.
But nothing else for me.
Okay, me neither.
Okay.
I'm gonna karma into a double dodge here.
Oh boy.
Again, my name is Christopher Emmick, and I am right 75% of the time.
2 green.
All right. Ahsoka is attacking the blue.
Red. It's not a great attack, but yeah.
The blue jet trooper.
Reroll.
And she is going to use her twin sabers to force the jet trooper to reroll his attack dice. And
yes!
We used wild attack, so the jet trooper got an extra white. He initially rolled into a dodge, and then he rerolls into a dodge. Trevor.
Okay, fair enough.
The Trevor toll has been Trevor tax has been paid again.
That is. Where's Trevor? Get Trevor over here now.
That'll teach you.
Yeah. Someone get Trevor on the phone now. I'll move
Ryan is saving a voice chat. Somebody get Trevor on the phone now.
And I guess I'll just be a sad Ahsoka. That's all.
Sad Ahsoka.
Okay. Oh my gosh.
Limps back to safety.
Still have Sabine. Still have Diala.
Sabine can get me, and you still have Diala. So yeah.
Yep.
That's rough.
The one advantage that Noah has here is he still does have a heavy weapon on the board with BT, and with Ahsoka.
Still can't do anything.
So far away, his officers can get BT back in the battle here. Maybe kind of late.
Question is, can they one-shot a jet trooper?
At least get. He could theoretically get Ahsoka to about 5.
Okay.
Using
Well, I'm going to
maybe 6 using scavenge weaponry and
go
the heavy
with
fire ability.
my yellow officer.
Mm-hmm.
Yellow officer is activating for Noah now.
3.
Moves BT around. In that position,
Alright,
he is safer from
I just moved BT over there.
Diala.
Yep. Seems
Cannot
reasonable.
get. He could get force pulled
That
through
blue jet.
the other officers,
3.
but that would also be committing Diala to certain doom. So it depends on whether or not Diala can. Actually, let me double check. I think Diala's force throw has to be.
1, 2, 3.
You know, as one of the principal steering committee members and a participant in multiple design sessions, you'd figure I would know these cards. No, I was correct 75% of the time. Once during your activation, you may suffer 1 strain to choose another small figure within 3 spaces. Push that figure up to 2 spaces. So, Diala can suffer the damage and pull BT through his allies.
Off of the table. Hold on, I gotta feed this cat.
Ryan's still contemplating his options here. Real quick board reset. We have Ryan up 27-17.
Okay.
Noah committed a incredible attack with Boba Fett that ultimately led to Boba's sacrifice, but it was an even trade.
I'll go with
Ryan
Sabine
has
here.
been able to get Celebration for 4 victory points, and he's also gotten 6 victory points from having fuel cells.
Okay, so I'm gonna move her.
He is
1,
currently
2,
activating
3,
Sabine, and
4.
he has 4 activations left.
3. I'll toss the grenade
Noah
onto
has
the red
activation
officer.
advantage, as he still has 5
Target
deployment cards left.
down. Hit those 3 guys.
All right, Sabine is throwing her grenade
Got the 1.
down on the crew below. She cannot.
BT's worth
She is
5.
able to
1,
reach
2,
a spot that
1
finishes
for
off
scavenge
BT.
weaponry.
Right.
So even better play there than trying to have
Yep.
Diala pull
And then I'll take a shot
BT through.
at, let's say,
This is why Ryan won the
red
Nova Open,
jet.
and I lose on Vassal.
Shoot at red jet with 2 damage on him.
Sabine's going to take her
And nothing on
attack
declare.
against the red jet that's wounded and holding fusing.
Whoa! Nice.
Block 3 for the jet.
Well, I can get to 3 pierce.
Noah does have Zillow here.
I have no
and he does
rerolls,
have a
no
card
mods.
to toss
I'll Zillow
with
it down to 0.
Mandalorian tactics.
Yes. Yes, you will.
Noah will tap Zillow to
3
reduce the pierce.
Yep. 3 and the blast doesn't go off. Or I guess you have a wall there anyways. Okay.
And there's
yeah,
no...
that's good. And then I'll toss out graffiti again.
Yep.
Another rebel graffiti there to give Ryan 2 more points.
And that's it for Sabine.
Okay. I don't know how I'm going to win this one.
And now Ryan is at 35. A
So go
huge
with
swing.
Jet Trooper. Just got to keep working on Diala.
Yeah, I think that's...
Blue Jet Trooper is going to make a play at Diala here.
Scavenged.
Yep.
Scavenge weaponry was
Don't
moved
want
off of
any other
BT and
cards.
onto the Jet Trooper
nothing for me.
because of the wording of the card. So the Jet Trooper will be getting a +1
shit,
damage
I
here.
think
I don't know if that trooper.
Oh, okay. From your last.
And Noah is reminded that because BT
from BT when BT died.
BT died.
That's right.
He was able to redraw shared experience, and now he's able to play it to focus at that trooper. So we're looking at a 4-die attack.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Trooper has 1 surge available to him to do surge for +2. Let's see. Diala does have a reroll, and if she does reroll,
so I think I have
she has to
reroll.
change the dodge into
okay
1. I'm sorry. If she rerolls, she changes a dodge result into
I'll try it.
2
Here
block,
we go.
1 evade.
Nada.
Rolled into blink.
So, got her.
Trevor giveth, and Trevor taketh away.
Sooner. Yep, got it.
And Noah needed that.
Yeah, I mean, if it had been like another activation after, I wouldn't have done it. I wouldn't have taken it, but it was like he just died, so.
Oh yeah. No, you're good.
Blue Trooper has 2 more movement points left.
Yeah, fly by there. That's cool. So
that puts Noah up to 25.
What do you have left?
And
now?
Ryan's up to 35. Ryan will be getting 2 points
Red officer.
at the end of the next turn. Noah will be getting 5.
1, 2,
so 1 more death.
8.
If Ryan can get 1 more figure off the board, it is game. If Noah can protect his figures, it's looking tough for Noah because I don't know if he can protect all of them. He does have both red troopers left.
Score.
With maybe some help, he might be able to get Sabine down.
Oh, you scored a
fuel
fuel cell.
But
that's what it is.
Ryan will have initiative.
Yeah. So I got 1.
So you have 1 scored, and you're holding 1, so you're gonna get 5 at the end. I'm gonna get 2. You're gonna be at 30. Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna double move Gideon down, I think. Well, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, and focus Ahsoka.
Okay.
Gideon, as his wont, moves and focuses a figure.
And actually, I'll end up in that space.
Okay.
Because why not? Okay. I'm done.
That is Ryan's last activation of the round. Noah is looking at 1 more officer.
So the officer.
The red one.
We'll go.
I mean, he could hero shoot Sabine.
Okay, take a shot at Sabine.
I guess that's what he's opting to do here.
Alright, it's 2 damage.
And he'll be able to get the stun.
Do +1?
Yep.
To get 2 through?
He can also +1 to do 2.
Seems good.
And that's what he is opting to do.
2.
Now, with one of the officers dying, Ryan will only get 2 points.
1, 2,
so that will put him at 39.
But then I'm next to that guy.
So Noah using his officer here as a blocker is a pretty decent idea.
There we go.
See, how many moves did he spend? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay.
Yep.
Gotcha. Okay. End of round.
Yep.
Alright, we have reached the end of round. Noah will be able to draw 2 more cards, and Ryan is out.
Pick up 2.
Shit. So you just have to kill an officer. Nope, you just have to activate 2 figures.
Yeah. So any end stuff for you? I can't doubt anything away, I think.
Nope.
Moving to start a round now.
Start. I don't have anything.
Nothing for Ryan.
Okay.
5. Yep. Just go with Sabine.
Nothing for Noah. And
let's
Sabine
do
is getting
1,
activated
2.
here. Do some damage and run away.
Let's drop the grenade beside the yellow officer.
Ryan's electing to drop a grenade next to the yellow officer there. Try to finish him off. Ryan's had pretty good luck with his grenades. He's had 2 damage twice and
jet,
1
actually.
damage in the third round to finish off BT.
Just grenade next to him. Oof,
2 more.
2.
And that will finish off that officer. He is at
I
39.
think I'll be able to kill him, but we'll take a shot at him as well.
Yep.
Oh, he elected to grenade
and nothing on declare.
Grenade the jet, going for
No
4 points and the
for
win.
me.
So I think.
Or mods.
So I'll discard this for
right,
Zillow.
Yep. Add a block. I can go to 3.
Tossing a card for Zillow
2
to add a block.
Yeah, so I'll exhaust Zillow.
Sabine will surge for Pierce 2.
Take 1.
That will get negated by.
And then Sabine will retreat 1,
Zillow.
2, 3, 4.
He only takes 1 damage from that attack.
Again.
And Rebel Graffiti.
Oh, you got
but
it. Okay.
it finally negated. Nice. Get out of town.
You gotta work for it.
Yep.
Take your spray paint somewhere else,
out,
lady.
And Sabine is done.
Now, if Ryan had grenaded the officer there, he would have been at 39, and Rebel Graffiti could have won if
I can't get
negation did not come up for Noah.
Yeah, take your time. I'll be back in just 1 moment.
Okay.
We're going to have a pause in the game here. I'll take this opportunity to thank Noah for letting me ramble, watching him play. This has been an exciting match, and I'm happy to I'm happy that this opportunity presented itself so I could watch over these guys and provide my slightly accurate commentary. Once again, I hope this game inspires you guys to try out the Imperial Assault Continuity Project materials. We are currently we're currently ending our Season 2 materials, our Season 2 testing period.
So what do we
the
got?
last day of testing is going to be November 3rd, I believe.
Yes.
You'll have a couple of weeks to download our documentation and take a look at our pre-printed cards. All the changes, all the cards that we have changed, we make we have an English PDF.
That's right. Yep.
Version, an English PDF that you can download that has card images that print up fairly nicely on paper or cardstock, and you can just slide those over your existing cards. Play around with it for a couple weeks, and you can go onto our website. It is ia-continuityproject.com. Or you can Google Imperial Assault Continuity Project. You'll find our website that way. On the website, we have the link to the documentation. We have a link to a feedback survey in which you can provide us feedback about your testing results.
We'll see what
and
happens.
Starting on November 4th, we'll be asking you guys to vote in a 2-week voting period on the changes that we have submitted for Season 2. If we have enough votes and it succeeds a threshold of people who vote positively over negatively, I think we're going to be shooting for a 70% approval threshold this time, with the details still left to be worked out. If the community meets that threshold for a particular card, we will make that card what we call IACP approved, and it will be a standard part of the IACP meta. This is our opportunity to keep Imperial Assault fun, fresh, and worthy of everyone's time.
Ahsoka. What could you do to me? You have one card. Scavenged weaponry is on your blue guy.
Yep.
Done would be bad, but
all right. Looks like Noah took his wounded red jet trooper and ran him all the way down to the bottom.
I think this is
the other
safe.
red jet trooper has moved up.
Push her up 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
And Ahsoka is looking for someone to kill.
Yeah, push her 2 and move Gideon where?
This is Gideon. I'm sorry, this is Gideon's activation. He has pushed Ahsoka
Let's
2.
just say 1, 2, 3.
And now he is moving back to protect Sabine.
So there? Sure.
Yeah, I think you did it.
I'll do that.
So
yeah,
that'll win it. So we'll just do the jet trooper then. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yep.
So by
Sabine,
Gideon blocking,
shoot Sabine.
Scavenge weaponry.
Gideon blocking that area, I don't think Noah has an option to get at Sabine.
Nope,
this
nothing
jet,
for me.
This blue jet, even with the scavenger weapon,
Nice. Oops, I did too
damage to her. It's a great roll.
There we go.
It's a pretty good roll.
2, 4,
7.
6.
So 6 damage.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean 7 damage out of a jet.
One more.
Yep.
Block 1 for a total of 6 is pretty doggone good.
1 onto her.
So,
and yeah.
And so he uses heavy weaponry with the jet to tack on an extra damage on Sabine, but it's still not enough.
Heavy fire definitely lets you squeeze out that extra damage. I like it.
Mm-hmm.
This combination that Noah is playing has been pretty popular in the Season 2 testing
1, 2,
league.
And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
The combination of Boba Fett with heavy fire and other vehicles and heavy weapons is.
And I won't give you a white dice this time.
Looks like Ahsoka is now activated and used her Force Leap and her free movement to track down the last jet.
Yeah. So that's.
Yeah, I won't mess with it.
And that's it.
We'll do it.
Good to
That
be.
is game. One more jet off the board. 4 points for Ryan and Victor.
That'll be enough.
Oh, that was close.
Yep. Yeah, good game, man.
I might have killed. Oh no, I wouldn't have killed the jet trooper. So then, if I killed Sabine next round, I would have won. But
yeah, oh yeah,
that was close.
Yeah, you were close because you're racking up. You got 3 in the bank, and you're scoring 2 more boxes right now.
Yep.
Well, this one's gone, but
yeah. If he had lived.
Oh yeah. No, that was good. Boba came in pretty hard, and I mean, he went down early, but I think he did things. He got Hera, 3PO, and Ezra all in one go.
Yeah.
It's tough.
Yeah, I thought about being conservative and just shooting with him, but
yeah,
if I
having take and pummel to start that round really helped me for sure.
Yeah, I liked weakening your guys too.
Oh yeah, that was great. I mean, Weakened Ezra has some problems.
Yeah, I just kind of wanted to do it to see what would happen, and then I don't know. Maybe I was too conservative with the jet troopers, but I just felt like if I rushed them in there, they just would have gotten slaughtered.
Yeah, hard to say if you had them a little more forward, but like you said, it's definitely dangerous to come too close to my area.
Yeah, especially with Ahsoka and Diala, they can both kind of like either deep strike or pull you out if you're too close.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Um, yeah, I mean, I got lucky with BT. He got one good attack, and then kind of had to. That was part of it. When Boba came in, because BT would have had a shot. You know what I mean? When my guys were clustered around the terminal.
Yeah.
But then Boba came in, he kind of blocked it and took out the targets. So
Well, I had
then
BT on the left side, so if I put
yeah,
BT on the right, and I did that because I put him on the left side just so that Boba would be able to have a shot in round 1 if I needed it.
yeah.
But then it kind of bit me on the second round.
Yeah. Yeah, I like the list though.
Oh yeah, the list is great. Good game, guys. Really good game.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Yeah, I think the only thing that I didn't say this on stream, but the only thing that I saw, I think Boba had the option with the overrun to overrun the top cluster and then get the heck out of dodge. And that might have saved Boba long enough. I don't think you could have been able to get 2 attacks on him, Ryan.
Yeah, that would have been interesting. You're saying if he had done like overrun and skip some of the abilities?
Well, if I hadn't attacked, I could have.
Right.
If you hadn't attacked, you would have been able to. You would have been if you hadn't attacked. You would have been able. You still would have had 2 member points left, I think, and then you would have been able to overrun like somebody up top to finish them off. You would have gotten 3PO.
Yeah.
You might have been able to. You would have gotten Hera down further, but you would have gotten the heck out of dodge.
He would have still died though. Ahsoka and Diala.
I don't know if you got. I couldn't tell if you could get all the way out of dodge.
You can't get away from Ahsoka and Diala. Like they have 13 spaces of reach.
Right, it's gonna be hard.
It's
gonna be hard.
Ahsoka has 9 spaces.
Yeah, Ahsoka was all the way on the left side of the board too, but Diala was the real threat there.
Right. Yeah.
Diala can reach 8 spaces.
But I mean, other than that, like what I actually did say at the end of the game is that dodge, that was on, was it Ahsoka? Or no, it was Diala. Diala's natural dodge, that really swung it.
Yeah, because where was I?
Well,
I had 1 damage on me. He came in.
I got the
call the Vanguard shot.
I got the
right.
double dodge, so.
Right, he did get double dodge.
That double dodge was, I think, even better than his regular dodge, because that was such a bigger attack.
Yeah, because you took Diala out in basically 2 shots, right? Just 2 attacks?
I think so, yeah.
I mean, so 3 with that dodge.
So, because it was 2 focused attacks.
Right,
and one of them
2 shots with
scavenged.
Shared experience and the scavenged, yeah. So, I mean, that was pretty good, taking Diala down in... You had to spend 3 attacks, but still, you can get rid of Diala.
It's what really swung it was when you took my celebration.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting, I was I was holding intel leak for most of the game. I think I had it round 1, but I wasn't ready to play it, and I was like, I guess let's see what he has. Yeah, getting celebration helped a lot.
Yeah, that was a huge swing too, because that would have put Noah right in it.
Yeah.
Although I would have still lost, so.
It was interesting. It's definitely interesting, with that flamethrower ability and with Diala's stuff, having to make those strain choices in a rebel deck like this, where you have some high value cards in there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you explicitly asked, do I have to draw cards?
Yeah, I was ready to not. Can I just leave these cards alone? Because I knew what they were, and I was like, it's on the lamb. I don't need that. But that was definitely an interesting situation too. I hadn't considered it before, but Noah, for you, when Boba Fett is in position like that, where it's almost like you have too many choices on how to approach that situation. You know what I mean?
Well, I like it. It's like a puzzle. It's really fun.
Yeah. I haven't seen something else in the game that gives you that many different choices. You know what I mean?
It reminds me a little bit and please don't get triggered like Spectre,
Well,
right? Because you have to make that in-game decision. It's you're playing almost like a little game within the game.
I mean, it's kind of like a combination of Sabine and Drakata.
Where you got to really decide. Yeah.
Yeah, but although actually the closest thing it feels like to me is when I used to play Davith, and I would do like Heart of Freedom and Pummel, and then you get to do this crazy chain of like 3 attacks and like cut and run damage, and then
and then how do you spend those?
Force Surge for the extra damage. Like you get to spread around all this damage, which is why I like it in this list because the heavy fire and the blast. When you are putting random damage onto things, the like flamethrower and wrist rocket become a lot more impactful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which is what I like. And I like those big turns where you can like kill 2 or 3 figures at once. Those are fun.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't think if you played Boba less aggressive, I don't think that you would have been as close as you did. But I mean, you got your points out of Boba.
Yeah, I got my point. Well, I got, like we were saying, I got 1 less point because of Temp Alliance.
Yeah.
But I didn't give up that 1 point, so we traded evenly.
Yeah. I think that was interesting, right? It's an interesting look at Boba in a real game situation where it's like, you can make that choice, dive him in, do a ton of stuff, and it's kind of like diving Vader in when like he does a lot, and you got very close to even points on him there. You could have tried a different approach, played him back and tried to snipe or something, but I mean, you took out some activations before they got to go that round.
And I knew, because when you passed, I was like, "Ooh, wow! I must have done a lot of damage."
You had activation advantage immediately after that.
So when, and I just knew that like I wasn't gonna get another chance with all your guys clumped up like that.
Right.
And then like Chris was saying, I could have done more damage with Overrun. But then I had to make the choice of doing more damage without killing anything except for 3PO, or actually getting the kill on Ezra.
Right.
I just felt like if I put a bunch of damage on stuff without killing anything meaningful, they were so mobile. Like Ezra can just run away so easily.
Oh yeah.
Although I guess he just activated.
Yeah, that's interesting because like maybe with that overrun you could have gotten back like behind the wall or something down here with Boba. I can't remember exactly. You
still had Sabine, and you still had like Ahsoka wasn't that far. She was like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Ahsoka was still way over on the left.
She was within 8 spaces of those 2 middle spaces that that Ryan's put Boba on right now.
Yeah,
it's true. Yeah, it wouldn't have done as much damage. I don't know. You're right though, because Diala was definitely close enough to pull him out if I wanted to.
Well, what I was saying was I could have done 6 more damage with if I had done a second move action.
Mm-hmm.
If I had had Mandalorian Tactics there, I probably would have won.
I mean, if you had Mandalorian Tactics, you would have gotten out of there for sure.
What is the card again?
I would have just stayed in and done as much damage as I could. It's you get a free move and you can spend 2 movement points to attack.
Ooh.
So I would have just done all my overrun. Oh yeah.
Pull that card out onto the map.
Yeah. So I would have. Yeah, I would have just overrun everyone else, and then attacked twice and flamethrower.
Whoa. Man, that seems...
Because then I would have been able to kill maybe not kill, but cripple Diala.
You would have like 8 or 9 on Diala, I think.
Yeah, and then she wouldn't have been such a problem.
Yeah, so Mandalorian Tactics gives you a move, so 6 movement points, and then you can spend 2 for a bonus attack, right? Because you can still do your regular attack.
Yeah, I mean, it's basically Call the Vanguard that you can do during your activation. How I think of it.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah.
Like
that is crazy good.
It's super powerful, but I don't think I think it's powerful enough to make me want to play it. But
yeah.
Because
Yeah.
otherwise, if a named card is not super powerful, I'm not gonna play it.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because I just like what happened here. I drew it late in the game.
Right. Yeah, and then it just
It was
can't get
Zillow
anything out of
fodder.
it. Yeah.
Well, I mean Zillow, but that's a Zillow thing.
But Scum can't. I don't think Scum has a way to burn useless cards except for if you get lucky with like Black Market.
Black
Yeah.
market, right? Or
Yeah.
black market prices, something like that.
Yeah.
So the fact that it
Yeah.
is that strong makes me actually put it in the deck.
Yeah. No, I like that. I like that.
But that was fun. I think Rebels are super good right now.
Yeah. Yeah, I've looked at Diala's card a little bit. Cost 2, an action for 2 attacks, but you have to target different figures. I mean, it's like a pummel.
It's brutality.
It's brutality, yeah.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah,
I would run it with if I have heroic effort. Although it's hard to find points. So yeah.
It is hard to find points with what I got now.
I feel like I'm always putting balance in my rebel lists now.
Yeah, just to get more, just to cram it full of more stuff. Yeah. I like it. Yeah, this is my second game with knowledge and defense where I'm like, it's sitting there in the discard pile and I'm just like, oh boy, gonna get this sucker back. But it was close, but I just couldn't. The weaken really, your flamethrower really shut me down.
Yep.
On that front.
And then there was that one jet attack where Noah's like, you were like, you might as well make it an evade or else I'm gonna draw a card.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm so glad you said that.
Yeah.
I would have felt bad. But it's something to remember. Like what is it? What's that called? Shared experience is so hard for me to remember. The first game I played with it, I did not remember to trigger it. In this game I was a little bit better.
Yeah, no, you made good use of it in this game for sure, man.
Well, I threw it away that first round because I forgot you had doubt.
Oh, right. Yeah, but
that was actually frustrating because I'm so used to using it the turn before and then attacking with it the next round.
So can you focus Boba?
Yeah, he can do it too.
Is there there's nothing that prevents him from getting focused, huh?
Nope. I just didn't need it for that round.
Pretty spicy. Yeah, no, it makes sense.
But that's who I usually use it on, is Boba.
Yeah, but when you were using it, you had the right position with the Jets to take advantage of it. And especially against white dice, focused Jets have some good potential against white dice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I had to plan that movement correctly so I could get element and shared experience.
Yeah.
On the same activation since I couldn't use it the turn before because of doubt.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I mean, I still feel good about running doubt. I usually forget to deplete it to force that reroll, even though like here I don't know that I had a great opportunity at any point to save somebody by depleting doubt.
Yeah.
Especially once I lost tough luck, but yeah. The option is always nice.
Good game from everybody here. Very good, very fun, aggressive play by Boba, granting Noah the activation count, but a very fortunate dodge at the middle of round 2 to save Ahsoka or save Diala. No, it was to save Ahsoka. Was an amazing swing of events and gave Ryan the advantage. My name again is Christopher Emmick. I'd like to thank Ryan Janway and Noah for letting me talk over their gameplay here. And I hope you have a wonderful time, and I hope that you continue to support IA Command. Noah does an incredible job sharing his passion for the game. If you haven't checked it out already, he has not only content for experienced players like himself and like Ryan and like myself, but he also creates content for new players. He just recently released a list building 101 class as part of his Academy series, and it's superb. So please like and subscribe. Please consider supporting the IA Command Patreon. That helps Noah be able to create more content for the channel, and it also helps him create custom alt art cards to help share his love further with the community. Once again, thank you again for watching, and we are signing off.